Alright, let's open this. So we need a 2. Okay. So yeah, because you guys wanted today, I'm going to actually make the review right in front of your faces. So okay. Add window capture. That. Oh my god, you guys cannot see anything, right? Can you guys see this? Okay, you guys cannot see this. Okay, that's awkward. Alright, I guess I'll just use monitor capture. That's fine. Alright. So that. Okay, let's disable the 110 stuff there. Alright, so this is the template that I use. I need to delete everything here first. Okay, we need to also grab some new cards. Okay. Okay, let's grab some new cards first. Alright, so the last review card was Doom. Everything else was done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards to review. So let's go ahead and put these images here. Alright. Let's find some mint images. Oh my god. I guess I should go to a site for this. Let's try Hearthhead. See if they actually have this stuff. Race. They do. Okay, they do. Okay, so it's Halaziel. Let me see if I can. They can't drag. Oh my god! You know, it's so stupid when like, when like, what's it called? When fan sites don't let you drag images and they put like, you know, they put like thumbnails and stuff like that. That's just stupid. Like that is actually just dumb. All right, Hearthstone, good job. All right, so Halaziel, or the Boogie Monster. We also got. Cutting this off. Undercity Huckler. Renounced Darkness. Brood. Oh, thank you, Hearthstone. Wait, what? Okay, I hope this card is not real. Summon 1/1 Boombots until both sides of the battlefield are full. Destroy a random one. Okay, that is definitely not real. Oh my god, if that was real. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Wait, did we have to first make 2 times? No, we don't. Okay, this is right. Okay, good. Oh my god, if that was real, I would have flipped my ass. Alright, so these are the 9 cards. Perfect. So, let's drag them. Oh, whoa. Alright, that was awkward. That was a misclick. Okay, good. So, let's go ahead and, okay, so there we go. Wow, this is actually bigger than usual, huh? Awkward. Okay. So let's put it here. Oh, delete that. Put it here. somewhat in the middle, and then we shall copy and pasta this several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 cards. Okay, this is up to March 25th. Okay, and good. So Tentacle of Nasaf. We've got the first mate. Damn. If only I can like not need to like reshape them, you know. Is there like a format picture option? Luck donates $3. As Twitch alerts are blocking these videos because they don't want you to see it. I have no idea what that is. I'm not gonna see it for now. I am busy right now. We're busy being creative. Is there a way to size? Okay. So if I do the size, it's always the same. That'd be perfect, right? So let's do like 4.5. Why is it even in inches? Oh my god, that's like such a bad scale. What, 4.5 inches, I guess, is what we're gonna go with. Okay. And then we got the faceless shambler. 4.5. Okay. We've got the we're gonna do the normal ones first, and then we'll leave the more exciting ones for the last place. Okay. Alright, good. Wait, why don't I just copy the images without the... this is just smarter. Alright, Brood. Everybody spam PowerPoint in 2016. Thank you. Gachigasm. Okay. We got... oh, we got... oh, 1, 2... wait, how much do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so then the 3 legendaries. First one being the Boogie Monster. Oh! No, that was a mistake. Boogie Monster. Second one being Halaziel. And then the last one being, of course, my master. And N'Zoth. Beautiful. Alright, now we're to give them scores without spoiling too much for you guys. Alright, Tentacle of N'Zoth. Deal 1 damage to all minions. Arena constructed. Arena, I would give this a... probably give this somewhere like a 5. Constructed. Oh, that's hard to say. This is really hard to say. Like, this card is so weird because, like, it's so synergistic with everybody else, right? Like, I don't even know how to give this a grade. Because if, like, Patron is... if there's more support for Patron, then this is, like, insane. Right? But, like, just by itself, it's kind of bad. I think I'm gonna give it a 2. N'Zoth's first mate. Couple 1/3 Rusty Hook. Probably gonna be found in Reno Warriors. This card is actually not that bad in my opinion. Like an upgrade that gives you a 1/1. It's actually like not that bad. 5. 8. Face the Shambler. Taunt, copy a friendly mini's attack and health. Yeah, that's probably really bad. 1. And like it's gonna be found in like Reno Warlock still, I guess. Right? No, not even that. No, it's not. It's gonna be a 1. In arena, how good is this? Pretty sure it's still really bad. It's a bit better though, because like minions stick more in arena. So example like Force Tank Max and you play this, you get a 7/7 taunt for 4. Like it's not that bad, but it's still pretty bad. 3, I think. No, that's too high. 2. Huckler. Huckler's pretty damn good. But Rogue decks usually want a hero power anyways. In arena, it's definitely like a 9. I don't know about constructed. I don't play too much constructed rogue, so I'm not really. Oh, Huckster? Oh, it's not. It's not Huckler. Huckster. I don't know about constructed though. Like, it feels pretty bad, cause that's not what rogues want to do anyways. So probably a 3. Nah, probably just a 2. Like I can't imagine this being played in. Well, I mean, it is a 2-mana 2/2 that draws a card. Maybe there's a kind of a new rogue deck coming out with like a lot less combo based. Oh, in that case, I'm a little bit more 4, I guess. It's still under. It's still below par, I guess. That's a 0. In arena, give your minions +1/+1 when it dies. It's a bit less bad in arena, I guess. 5 is too high. 4. 3 is too low, right? Like it's still fine. 4. Renounce darkness. Oh man. In arena, most likely a Oh man, in arena is also kind of weird, huh? Because then if you draft this, you draft all warlock cards. This one is so hard. This one is so hard to guess. Like, what the heck? I can't tell. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this one. This is weird. The Boogie Monster, 0. In arena, I mean, it's just a 6/7. I mean, it does snowball in arena if you play it. I wouldn't say it's better than the 8-mana legendaries. So probably 3. 3. Yeah, you would pick it over like Mimron's head and stuff like that. Yeah. Halaziel. In arena, it's definitely like pretty damn good. 7. It's a 5-mana 4/6. What more can you want from a card? In constructed, how good is this in constructed? You have to play Control Shaman, and Control Shaman is not a deck. That's the only problem with this card, right? This card is good, but the problem is the drawback is you have to play Control Shaman or like mid-range Shaman, right? Which is like a big drawback. Like people don't realize that. It's like if they make a really good priest card, the disadvantage is you to play priest. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? In Malago Shaman? Like, the problem is, like... I mean, this with Elemental Destruction is super insane. Right? It's actually, like, just nuts. Like, the ceiling for this card is really high. I'm okay with giving this a good grade. Because there might be a new deck that spawns on this. Like, Elemental Destruction of this card is just nuts, right? It's like a full heal. It's like Reno, pretty much. And a full clear. I'm okay with giving this a high grade because of the potential. Six, 7, 6 or 7, 7. Maybe I'm overrating this in Arena.
Is there trouble?
Right, I definitely want to play this card more in Constructed than in Arena. And maybe this is a little bit overrated for Arena. Casmerk, thank you so much for the 3 months. Thank you. 7 is safe, I guess. It's still Shaman. You still have to play Shaman. Ooh. In Arena. I mean, it depends, right? It depends on how many Death Rattles you have. It's not like a standalone card. So it's basically like a it depends. This one really depends. Because it can go upwards to 10 if this is like if you draft a lot of Death Rattles. Yeah, because it's just a blowout. So it's about like it's basically 0 to 10. Like actually this is exactly what it is. Because if you have no Death Rattles, this is undraftable. Right? In Constructed, however. Battlecry summoned Tyrion, Sylvanas, and Karen. It's not bad. But is this good enough for a 10? I can't tell. 9 is 10? Is this good enough for a 10? Oh, I can't tell. I don't think so, right? Like basically I look at this card and see anything. I'm gonna say that in the video. Like this is basically anything can happen. Would you play this in Druid? I'm looking at standard right now, right? So like Mounted Raptor is the only Death Rattle creature we have left. Everything else is going away. All the Shredders and Belchers and Sky Golems are going away. There's like only Tyrion, right? What other Death Rattles are there? You should put a star instead of 0 out of 10. Alright, we should put a star. That makes more sense. Like, Polluted Hoarder. There's just no more Death Rattle cards. Even Dr. Boom is gone. So I can't really tell. I'm still gonna give this a 9. A 9 is safe. I don't think it's like an auto include. I'm gonna give this 9. Okay. Oh god, this card. Alright, I'm convinced it's a 0 in Constructed. In Arena... It's so hard to tell. Cause like, you get more chance of getting good stuff, but then class cards kind of suck too, right? Like, as good as like... It's good as like getting a lot of good class cards is. Like, the problem is that it does ramp you up as well. How good is this in Arena? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Everybody type in chat right now. What do you think this Arena is? Like, what do you think the number is? Because, like, if I draft this card in Arena, I would draft every single class card in Warlock. But then you don't get offered too many class cards. So it's kind of like a pseudo wild growth. But then you lose life tap, right? It's like such a big problem when you lose life tap as a Warlock in Arena. Like, you want life tap. God damn it, Newberry. A 0? Three? Like, the replace your hero power text is so bad. Like, what if you replace your hero power with, like, a shaman? Alright, how about this? Let's compare it to other epics. Would you guys draft this over like a Siege Giant? Never, right? Siege Giant is like a 10 out of 10 arena. So you would never do that. Would you draft this card over BG? No, BG is just really high tier. What are some other epic cards that are kind of like, would you draft this card over Validated Doomsayer? Now that's a good question. Like, would you draft this card over Validated Doomsayer? Because that is a good way to do it. So I rated Validated Doomsayer a 4 in arena. So would you draft this over Validated Doomsayer? Now if you would you? You probably... it's actually... Maybe the power level is similar to... You wouldn't, right? Because Validated Doomsayer, you know what you're getting. Okay, then maybe 4 is correct. Because, like, it's kind of dissimilar. Would you draft this over Validated Doomsayer? I feel like to change your hero power. I don't want to change my hero power when I play Warlock. Why would I want to do that ever? That is just so bad. Like replace the cards are fine, right? And they cost 1 less is fine. I think I won't draft this over Validated Doomsayer, but it's close enough. I could pick 3. Alright, I think we're good. So let's just save this. Alright, let's go to the slideshow. We have to swap. Okay. Alright, so before we do an in-depth explanation, we will double check if there are any new cards that are released. Nope, seems like that's it. Okay, good. Oh, whoa. 1 second. We forgot to do the animations. Oh, god. Yep. So we just need to do this really quickly. So basically just random bars, all of them. Okay, this is spoiler alert. Nobody see what's happening here. Okay. And we're good. All right, good. So we're ready. Good. Hello, guys. Oh, this is going on YouTube, obviously. So when I review a card, guys, can you please let me know in chat what you guys think of the score and what you guys would rate it. All right. Of course, you guys can see some stuff like that. And god damn it, you guys, stop spamming the Entomb one, okay? Entomb is bad. Entomb is bad. Just know that, okay? Just okay. Good. Okay. No one spam Entomb. Love heart. Okay. Alright, let's start. Hey guys, and welcome to Amaz's second card review for the Whispers of the Old Gods cards. And of course, if you are watching this on Twitch chat right now, you should let me know what you think each Amaz scoring scale card is. Of course, we're going to rate each card in Constructed and in Arena out of 10 based on the first impressions. And we will do a final review when all the cards come out and just some scores. But for now, we'll go over this, okay? So once again, 0 is a Failfish, but 10 is a Craigasm. And of course, that's a card, right? So there you go. Once again, yeah, based on what we know so far. So let's go ahead and start with 9 cards first today. Very, very cool. First card, we have the very cute 1 mana 1/1 little tentacle. Tentacle of Nuzov. Or Nezov, yes. You battle cry, you deal 1 damage. No, Death Rider, you deal 1 damage to all minions. So it's kind of like a whirlwind when it dies. It's a 1/1. And yeah, we really can't really tell the extent of this power because we don't know how much support it is getting. Patron decks might go crazy with this card. You never know. You just play this and then you play Patron afterwards. Something like that. You also don't know if Paladins are going to be anywhere near as popular. Since Muster's going to get a nerf, and Paladins don't seem like they're getting too many crazy cards to summon a lot of 1/1s. We're gonna go ahead and start this card off with a 2 out of 10. Doesn't seem like you're gonna see play, at least right now, with Paladins out of the picture. It's just that like it doesn't really fit anywhere, right? You wouldn't even play an Arena deck. You would just play like an AoE instead. Just the fact that you play this and you need to activate it as well, and the fact is only deal 1 damage makes this not as good as Explosive Shape, right? Some Reno mages play Explosive Shape to ping it off, and even Freeze mages sometimes play Explosive Shape to ping it off. But like 1 damage is very insignificant. Doesn't even kill your Knife Jugglers and your aggro cards and your Hunter minions. So it doesn't seem like it's that good. In Arena, it's actually not bad. I mean, it's like a 1 mana 2/1, right? That has an extra effect. So for example, if your opponent plays, a Leopard Gnome or whatnot, they actually have to trade against this because if they play Leopard Gnome, you play this card, Tentacle. They cannot play a Knife Juggler and go face, right? They have to trade. Otherwise, your Tentacle smashes the Knife Juggler. Everything explodes. You kill everything. So in a sense, it's kind of like a 2/1 taunt. Late game is a little bit worse. So that's why in Arena it's not too good. But if you treat it as just like a normal 1 drop, it's actually not bad. So, not bad. Alright. Oh, whoa. Oh, like that. Whoops. That is a little bit better. Alright. My cam is in the right place now. Perfect. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Alright, next one we have is the another 1 mana card. A 1 mana 1/1 again. Nizov's First Mate. And when I first read that card, I thought it was something to do with like, waifu material or something. But no, First Mate means like first matey, pirate kind of, So it is a Silithid, I'm assuming. It looks like a Silithid to me at least. Yeah. Yep, looks like a Silithid to me. It's a 1 mana 1/1 that equips a 1/3. So it's basically a free upgrade. Nobody plays upgrade, but it's basically is the upgrade card. And yeah. You compare it to Light's Justice, you lose 1 durability, but you get a 1 mana 1/1 body instead. And you kind of compare it to Muster for Battle, right? Where instead of getting like 4 1/1s, Muster for Battle gives you a charger. So in a sense, this is 1 mana 1/1, summon a 1/1 charge minion. Kind of comparable to Elven Archer as well in that case. So, keeping all those in mind, I am going to give this a 5 out of 10 in Constructed. It's really good against aggro. If there's a lot of aggros, then you would play this. You would play this already in a Reno Warrior, for example. But whether you play this in like a Control Warrior, whether you play this in a Dragon Warrior, remains to be seen. It does make Execute way better. We don't see a lot of 1 mana 1 mana cards that deal 1 damage without giving you like an extra thing. But the fact that like when you play this, you can't play a War Axe over it, or you could, but it loses value, or the other way around, right? When you play War Axe, you can't play this to override it. It's kind of like awkward that way. So yeah, you just need to like balance out the number of weapons because at the end of the day, this is still a 1 drop. Warriors, at least the higher end ones, like mid-range warriors are not that common, but Control Warriors, they want more big bombs, right? In the late game, you do not want to top deck this card. It's actually really bad. So you have to be very careful with this. In Arena, it's really good. It's kind of like Light's Justice, right? Where Light's Justice is a very decent pick in Arena. You just start smacking in stuff. It's the only card that, it's the only 1 mana card that deals 4 damage. That can be split, right? This is kind of like the same thing. It is 1 mana card that can deal 4 damage that can be split. So pretty high in that sense. Plus, it gives you a 1 mana 1/1. So when you split a 1/4 into 2 bodies, is actually much better. So this gets a higher. It is much better than Light's Justice. And yeah. Now, you will not be unhappy about this card, but just remember, don't draft too much of these, right? Your weapons do overwrite each other. So just remember that. Alright, we have the next card is the is the other faceless we're getting. It's a cheaper faceless Shambler, 4 mana or 1/1. Taunt battlecry copy a friendly minion's attack and health. So what it does, it's basically a self-faceless, and you get an extra taunt on top of that effect. However, it is not exactly the same as Faceless Manipulator because it can get silenced. When it gets silenced, it gets turned into a 1/1, and it's going to look very stupid, just like what it is in the picture. I mean, he looks kind of sad, but he looks pretty stupid when it's a 1/1. What are the synergies? Synergies are, the first one that comes to mind is Eerie Statue, right? A 4 mana, you copy something, you get a 7/7 taunt. Or maybe you cast it on a dragon, you get a 4/12 taunt. But then the problem is that you have to have a minion in play. If you don't, it's a 4 mana 1/1. So 50% of the time, I guess you can kind of say that is really bad. If you can combo it with something like Ancient Watcher, you're just playing a 4 mana 4/5 taunt. And that's not really anything special, right? The fact that it can actually get screwed over by silence is really, really sad. So I'm just going to give this a 1/10. The only deck that could possibly see play with this is going to be Handlock, right? When you copy something like a Mountain Giant or like a Molten Giant or something like that. But even then, like, do you really want to play a third Mountain Giant that sometimes doesn't work? Do you really want to play a third Molten Giant that sometimes doesn't work? I feel like there's like, you just, like, when you look at the Handlock list, it's actually so filled with cards that are necessary, right? Like, the current lists do have, like, Healbots and Belchers that might get replaced with something, right? But, like, every card is so good by itself, right? That, like, you do not need any more, like, situational cards. So even then, I still think it's not going to be played. It's just, too many things have to happen, right? You have to have a minion on the board. Your opponent has to not have silence. That's just too much. It's way too much. In Arena, same thing. Same thing. It's still really, really difficult. It's a little bit better because when you have something like a Force Tank Max that sticks, you can actually give this taunt. And the taunt clause is very relevant in Arena, right? Because taunt is good. You want to protect your aggro minions, and you want your opponent to actually do less good trades on, you know, big creatures, but still very, very hard to play correctly. Not a decent pick in Arena. Alright, next card is the Undercity Huckster. I have no idea what a Huckster is. What a weird card. And he's kind of like showing you his stuff there. Or maybe it's a her. I can't really tell. It's a 2 mana 2/2 that Death Rattles mini burgles your opponents. And of course, burgle is at 2 random class cards from your opponent's class. This is a mini burgle, and when you compare it to a Novice Engineer or a Loot Hoarder, oh my god, this is a good card. You know, it's kind of comparable to Dark Peddler as well, right? I mean, this has kind of like the Dark Peddler kind of feel, where it's a 2 mana 2/2 draw card. But the fact that this is not a 1 mana card and you can't choose is a little bit of a problem, right? It's a little bit of a problem. There are enough class cards that are kind of bad as well. So in the constructed, let's give it a 4/10. It's still really, really good in the fact that it's a 2 mana 2/2 cantrip. And sometimes maybe in Temple Mage, who knows? Temple Mage might be a thing, right? You would want to play this because you know, half the time you just steamroll your opponent. You might get it like your Tyrians and your Lightning Storms and your Fireball, Flame Strikes and whatnot. But then after half the time, it's not that good. But the body is good enough that, you know, it might be quite relevant. In Arena, it's insane. I will always pick this card in Arena. Oh my god, Rogue is going to be even more insane in Arena. Why would you not want a 2/2 that draws you an above average card, right? In Arena, you're drafting cards already, and sometimes, you know, your drafts are not that good. This one, holy jeez, if you just organize all the class cards, they're above average, right? Compared to a neutral card, you would draft this every single time. So good. So freaking good. Draft it as a Rogue. Rogue is just going to be more insane. Rogue is really is backstab and eviscerate and your tomb pillages and whatnot. Like with this inclusion, Rogue is going to be number 1 in Arena. Like even better than Paladins. Paladins get stand against darkness. Like who wants to play a 5 mana 5/1/1s? Like you would rather play this card instead. So good. All right. Oh, and just to clarify for the people who might be confused, this is a Rogue only card, okay? Rogue only card. If this was if it's a neutral card, that'd be insane. All right, next card we have the cutesy Brood of Insolve. Oh, can we get a Bible Thump for this one? It's a 3 mana 2 to give your minions Death Rattle. It dies, it gives your minion +1/+1. So it's kind of like a Power of the Wild when it dies. Well, in that case, it's really good, right? It's a 1 mana 2/2, and you get a free Power of the Wild that's basically literally 2 mana, right? Like, this is literally the cutest thing. Unfortunately, cute things are disenchantable. In Constructor, you're not gonna see this. There's no way. It's a 2/2 that when it dies, it gives your minions a bonus, which means you have to have minions. You have to have your opponent kill this, or you have to have your opponent kind of like get overwhelmed, and then you trade this and you get a +1/+1. But that's not gonna happen. That is not going to happen. Let's be honest, okay? No. Okay, not in Constructed. Yep. You can buy with them all we like, and that is not gonna be found. In Arena, it's a little bit better, I guess. Because 3 mana 2/2s are actually a thing. You know, your what's it called? Your oh my god, the rogue card, the silent but deadly Iron Sensei. Yes, the Iron Sensei, your Iron Forge Rifleman, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's fine because your opponent has to kill it. If it doesn't kill it, you actually buff your Yeti, for example, if you curve out. So it's not like not the worst, but it's 2 damage. Like 2/2 is like kind of bad. So it's not as bad, but hey, what can I say? Not that terrible in Arena. Alright, and now we got Gachigasm, the Renounced Darkness, the Forcing card. Replace your hero power when you play Warlock, and Warlock cards with another classes. So all your Hellfires and your Void Walkers and your what other Warlock cards are there that's playable? I don't know. Void Walkers, Void Caller is actually rotating out its in-game bosses to something else that costs 1 less, right? Kind of like weird Wild Growth in a way, right? It's kind of a weird Wild Growth if you look at it with the reduction in cost. But the point that it's going to be random cards makes this unplayable Constructed. You're not going to be able to choose whether you know, you get good stuff or not, and that's the whole point of Constructed, where you actually have a good deck rather than a random deck. Like, if you're going to go to your card collection, you know, suggest a card, auto pick 30 cards, that's not going to be a good Constructed deck. And even with the reduction in cost, does not justify the fact that you are going to play a random class, right? You are going to play a random hero power that's not life tap. I mean, one of the reasons you are going to play Warlock is life tap. And you can't abuse this too much, right? You can't go like, oh, I'm going to play Sense Demons with no Warlock cards so that I can get 2 imps, and those are Warlock cards. But then you're not playing Warlock cards. So then Renounced Darkness doesn't really work that well anyways. So it's really hard to abuse. When you play this, it's not going to reduce your costs of your BGHs or your Emperor Thorazons and stuff like that. Very, very awkward card. Not going to see play anywhere Constructed. In Arena, I just don't know how to judge this card, man. The only way I can judge this card in Arena is like, would you pick this over other epic cards, right? And epic cards sometimes suck a lot. Right? You are not going to pick your freaking what's a bad epic card? Like, in Warlock, or even neutral. There are so many bad epic cards that are like unplayable, but like, it's not better than your Sea Giant. It's like even Validated Doomsayer, right? I would probably pick Validated Doomsayer over this card, because like, you cannot guarantee that you have a lot of Warlock class cards, and the fact that it does say that your cards cost 1 less, right, means that you should draft more Warlock cards. Like, one argument is like, okay, sure, maybe you just draft like 8 Warlock cards and only play this, affecting 8 cards, so your neutral cards are still good. But then, like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? You want this to affect as many cards as possible. So, no, this is kind of bad in Arena too. There's much better picks. I guess you would draft this over like Mountain Giant or something. But you're playing Warlock, you want to tap. So no, you wouldn't draft this over Mountain Giant. What the heck? You would draft this over Anima Golem. Alright? So it's not a grade of 0 or 1 or something like that. You would draft this over Anima Golem for sure, because Anima Golem sucks. Alright, and now we have 3 legendaries. Oh boy. Very, very cool. We got the Boogie Monster. Oh my god, look at his face. His face is actually his stomach. Oh my god. 8 mana 6/7. Whenever this minion attacks and kills another minion, gain +2/+2. So it's not enough for your opponent to trade into it. If your opponent trades into it, it does not gain +2/+2. You have to initiate the attack, and then and then it gets +2/+2, which makes this card really bad and constructed because when you play a big creature, you always want the option to go face, right? This basically says it cannot attack face, otherwise you want to be playing something else instead. No, just like no, right? When you attack something, it has to take damage too. I mean, it's not immune when it's attacking and it kills something, and it doesn't like refresh itself. Like, just no, right? Like, just no. What is even the boogie monster in Warcraft? I haven't heard of this creature. So you open this, you're very happy, you get 400 dust, and then you move on with your life because it's an 8-drop that doesn't do anything that your turn is played. And you also need to trade for something. That is just so bad. In Arena, well, it's pretty bad too, right? I mean, the potential for it to snowball, though, it's pretty interesting, right? If you play this and your opponent doesn't play anything, like if your opponent has an empty board, the board is basically yours. You can just keep on trading, this keeps on growing, even better in Priest because you keep on healing it. So it's not bad, but the fact that like it's a 6/7 and like something like Boulder Fist Ogre can kill it with a hero power. Oh my god, like there's better legendaries you can craft or you can draft. So not as exciting, but like it's still relevant in the fact that it can just steamroll out of proportion. But other than that, no. The fact that this cannot go face is a big minus for me. Sometimes you want to go for the face and you want to race, right? If you play this against a hunter, well, they're just gonna shoot you down. Yeah. Alright, well, the second legendary is not that bad. It's a little bit more exciting. We got Halaziel the Ascended. It's actually the Elementium monstrosity in the raid instance, right? In the Cho'Gao raid. I forgot what it's called. Twilight something. Oh man, it's been a while since I played WoW. It's a 5 mana 4/6, okay? So it's a vanilla card. It's a Druid Claw, kind of. With the text of whenever your spells deal damage, restore damage health to your hero. So you could, for example, change Lightning Bolt into a Bash. Does that make sense, right? You can change Lava Burst into a Holy Fire. But more importantly, you can change Lightning Storm into a Super Heal because it deals damage to every single creature. You can also change Elemental Destruction, which is the most exciting card of this card actually, to a Reno, right? You play Halaziel, you play Elemental Destruction. It's basically a Reno because it deals damage to your own creatures as well. If it deals damage to 5 creatures, it restores 20 to 25 health. Wow, that is a lot of healing, and that is really good in a control shaman. So we're gonna give this a pretty promising score of 7 out of 10. Now, the only problem I have with this card is that you have to play shaman, right? I mean, that's the problem. If you can play it in any class, oh my god, it's gonna be so busted. Imagine this in Rogue, man. Holy jeez. But yeah, you have to play shaman, which is a big disadvantage. We don't know what shaman cards are, but like if we're gonna continue with the expansions beforehand, Shaman's still gonna suck, right? Everybody thought that Shaman's gonna be insane after the new cards, but I always know that Shaman's gonna suck. So until we see insane cards that change my mind, like even Totem Golem, right? I don't think Totem Golem is gonna change my mind. Totem Golem actually helped the aggro Shaman a lot, but this is not an aggro card. You don't want to restore health to yourself when you smork them. You want to deal more damage, right? If it says your spells deal double damage, then yeah, let's play in Smart Shaman, but this is not a smart card. Yeah, the fact that Elemental Destruction with this card synergizes so well, right? It's a 6 health, it's not a 5, so it doesn't die. It's really, really exciting. So yeah, we'll have to see. In Arena, not bad. I mean, you would draft a 5 mana 4/6, right? You would draft a 5 mana 4/6. It's actually pretty good. And the fact that sometimes this actually gets you a win against like mages and hunters gives a little bit of a plus. So yeah, still not better than your normal legendaries, I guess, like your Karen, your Sylvanas.
Oh no, you didn't.
You know, your Tickmaster even, like Tickmaster's probably better than this card in Shaman because you can hero power Tickmaster, something like that. But yeah, it's reasonable, not bad. And finally, oh baby, are you guys ready? The second old god is revealed. We got N'Zoth the Corruptor. Battlecry, summon all your Death Rattle minions that die in this game for 10 mana. Plus, you also get a 5/7. You know, this could have been a spell, and this could have been, like, fine. But no, it is actually a 5/7 creature It's a creature card. Oh my god. So imagine you play this in Paladin, right? And you play like a Death Rattle-esque card deck with like your Cairns and your Sylvanuses and your Tyrians. 10 mana summon a Sylvanus, Tyrian, and Cairn, and summon a 5/7 on the board. Now that's pretty damn good. Okay, that is pretty damn good. Whether this is playable for other classes remains to be seen because we're losing Shredder for standard. We're losing Belcher, we're losing Sky Golem, we're losing Dr. Boom even. So we're just going to give this a 9 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10 because it really depends on the other cards that are going to be seen. But man, this already has an archetype. It already is playable in Paladin. You get what I mean? Another way to look at this card is kind of like anything can happen. It's like your game ender. It is a little bit not as good as anything can happen in that sense because it's only it's a legendary, so you can only have one of this. But then you'll be playing cards like Sylvanus and Cairn and Tyrian and so instead of like your Murloc War Leaders, right? Like instead of 3 mana 3/3s, you're actually playing good creatures. So in that sense, it's not a disadvantage. It is a disadvantage you can only have one of these, but the advantage is you can actually play good creatures instead. So very, very good, very, very promising. Man, I am excited to see like every single Death Rattle card that's released from now on is gonna be like that much more exciting, right? Man, if you play this in the Feign Death Hunter, that would be so confusing. Oh my god! It's a good thing to note that this card actually works on Sylvanus that got silenced, right? So for example, if they silence your Sylvanus and they kill your Sylvanus, this card is going to work because Sylvanus is a Death Rattle minion, right? It doesn't matter if it got silenced and it died or not. It is a Death Rattle minion. Likewise, it does not work with Explorer's Hat or Raptor, like the Unearthed Raptor. Because Unearthed Raptor gains Death Rattle, it is not a Death Rattle minion, right? It's a Battlecry minion. And Explorer's Hat gives something Death Rattle, so it does not work that way. Soul of the Forest, it also doesn't work with Soul of the Forest. So you cannot do any shenanigans like that. But yeah, we still have enough Death Rattle creatures for this to work well. And of course in Arena, we do not know how this... You don't really know how good this is in Arena. Like, you would pick this first pick by far, right? If you see this as the first pick in draft, you would definitely pick this and see if you Death Rattle creatures at the end. But if you see this at the end, like near the end, you can kind of tell, right? Like, if your deck is no Death Rattle, then obviously you're going to pass this. It's going to be 0 out of 10. Why would you ever play a 10 mana 5/7 vanilla creature, right? If it's in the middle of the draft, oh my god, now let's see how greedy it is. It is a little bit higher than expected. Like, if I were to give this a number in Arena, I would give this like a I would probably give this like an 8. Because
hello, brother.
Because Shredder is still there. Shredder is still in the format in Arena. Belcher is still in the format. Sky Golem is still in the format. Haunted Creeper, Nerubian Egg, stuff like that. That's not found in Constructed. So it's still really, really good. Like, it's gonna appear. Dark Cultist, for example. So yeah, very good card in Arena, I'd say. But then if it comes out late in the draft, you might want to skip this for something more consistent. Say Hogger, for example. Like, Hogger is a little bit more consistent. And there you go. That is the second card review for Whispers of the Old Gods. And we're going to see more cards later. We're going to do another... I guess we're doing one every 2 weeks now. So remember to check out the channel. Subscribe to know when I'm going to post these videos. And I'm going to see you in the third one. Priest cards, come on. Priest cards. Alright, see you guys later. Alright, good. Perfect. No, that was good. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Alright, let's save this. That was fun. Alright, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's talk a little bit. Let's chat with the chat a little bit. What do you think? Oh, I couldn't respond to any donation messages during because I had to do the YouTube stream. But let me just read some donations first. Yeah, because there were a couple.